What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and it's battle report time once again. We are hot on these battle reports because this is probably coming out the same week that I did the other battle report, Chaos against the Raven Guard Primaris. Today, it's going to be Chaos against the Necrons, the undead skeletons. So first and foremost, this is the map. Kind of a snowy terrain, some trees, some craters, and we've got some toxic waste. This is some homemade terrain that was sent to us on our P.O. box. You could even see the OMS right there, kind of orkiness. And then we even got a wanted poster. So that should be Gershwin and the Sound Alchemist, wanted for heresy. But yeah, so this is the map. We're doing the same mission as last time that we did the battle report. So we're doing tactical objectives. We're going to be each picking 3, and whenever we claim one, we get to draw a new one on the following turn. It is 2,000 points of Brazen Beasts Chaos Space Marines against 2,000 points of Necrons. And just to let you guys know where the objectives are. So we've got number 4 right on that mountain, number 2 all the way on top of this pillar, number 6 next to the wanted poster, number 5 behind these trees, and the last one is all the way over there. Oh, and we've got another one hiding out in here. So that is 6 objectives, 2,000 points against 2,000 points, Chaos versus Necrons. Let's see who gets the first turn. We're interrupting you guys in the middle of deployment just to let you know that these wraiths, those 2 ghost arcs,
What?
they're ghost arcs, right?
No.
What are they?
Doomside.
Doom sides. This blob of tomb blades and a cryptek all are under an outrider detachment, and they are under the Nefertiti dynasty. That's the one that gives them an additional 6-inch movement, and they can basically phase through whatever they need to phase through. So that's one detachment there. And moving on to the Chaos, the Dark Abayant on Hellrite, the Hellforged Leviathan Dreadnought, and these 2 Mauler Fiends are all under the Soul Pact or Soul Forge detachment. So bonuses and bonuses. So let's continue on with the deployment. The Necrons finished deploying first, so they will be going first unless I can steal. But before that, let's get into the armies. So correction, these Doom Blades, Doom Arcs, these croissants were not actually part of the Nefertiti dynasty. They're actually part of the Sautek? Yeah, Sautek. But again, you got Wraiths, croissants. You've got some Tesla warriors, some more Tesla warriors, Gauss warriors, and then you've got this guy, which is actually his warlord, Trazian the Infinite, Emotech the Stormlord. A lot of I don't know the Necrons too well, as you can see, but yeah. And then obviously you've got 1, 2 crypteks with their goodies, but yeah. So they are taking that side of the board. Moving over to my Chaos. So Mauler Fiend, Hellforged Leviathan Dreadnought, and the Hellrite on Dark Abayant. I've got this guy up in center, Chaos Demon, Prince of Khorne with wings, Malefic Talon, ready to destroy things. We've got this guy, the Hellbrute, ready to shoot out whatever he can get his guns in range. Missiles and double las cannon. Over here, I got some more Berserkers, 18 of them. Got some Warp Talons over here. And I just realized I forgot to set up 2 more models, so bear with me. We're back. So I forgot the Helldrake. He's got his autocannon. And then I've got another Demon Prince of Khorne with wings, 2 Malefic Talons, Warp Bolter, ready to charge up. So that's what it looks like. Let's see if I can steal initiative, and we'll show you what objectives I've got. So these are the 3 tactical objectives that I rolled. The Will of Chaos, basically I roll a d6 and I have to score 1 victory point if I control that objective marker as long as I have that number. So I got 2, so that means I just got to control this guy up here at the end of my turn and I score 1 victory point. Very, very doable. Secure Objective 5. Score 1 victory point if you control Objective 5 at the end of my turn. 5 is just behind those trees right there. So once again, highly doable. And last one, Kingslayer. I have to kill the Warlord. But his Warlord is deep in Necron territory. So because of that, I could only score hopefully 2 victory points this turn, as long as everything goes pretty right, which I don't see it going wrong. Oh, and by the way, I took first turn. I rolled a 2 the first time. I did a stratagem to remove 1 command point to reroll that, and I got it. So Chaos, turn 1, here goes. That is the end of top of turn 1 for Chaos. Pretty much I moved everything up except for my Warp Talons. They just moved up here so that I could be securing objective number 2. My Berserkers moved and shuffled so they could secure objective number 5. And then the actual thing that matters, my Demon Prince of Khorne moved up, got the charge, attacked the Wraiths, only killed 1, and put 2 wounds on that guy right there. So I couldn't do much. However, on their retaliation, they killed me. I rolled pretty bad on my saves and they just butchered me. So Demon Prince is down. However, at the end of the turn, I managed to get those 2 objectives. So now I'm up 2-1 because he did take first blood. So on to bottom of turn 1 for the Necrons. So this is the tactical objectives for the Necrons. Area denial, which means nobody in the middle of the board. However, he's got to take out that Mauler Fiend if he wants to get that point. The second one is secure objective 6, which is way over there, all the way at the end of the board. And lastly, secure objective 5, which is also all the way at the end of the board, and it's being held by those Berserkers. So the Necrons have a lot of killing to do if they want to move up in points. Man, oh man, what a turn, what a turn. A lot happened.
I get this one?
Yeah, so let's go at the end and see how many objectives he has before we recap. So he managed to do area denial because all of his immortals were bolstered by the "it will be done" rule, and they just butchered the Mauler Fiend that was right there. So he's got 1 point. Control objective 6. Yeah, it was too far for him, so he could not get that. And secure objective 5. He is still too far away from that objective since they charged the Berserkers. So currently, you've got first blood and you've got area denial, putting you at 2. And that surprisingly ties it up with my 2. So it's a tie at the end of turn 1. So again, to recap, it will be done, and a whole bunch of shooting from these immortals took out the Mauler Fiend in the middle. His Tomb Blades and one of the Cryptex moved up, fired, and charged the Berserkers. There were only 7 left after all the firing. However, it was a complete slapfest in the close combat, and nobody, surprisingly, did any wounds. That's right, not even the Berserkers, which kind of sucks, but hey. These Wraiths, yeah, they just moved up, attempted to charge the Helldrake, couldn't get in, which was good. These Wraiths moved in, assaulted the Mauler Fiend, brought him down to 6 wounds. Mauler Fiend hit back, killed 2. He used some command point stratagem to attack again, and he just took 2 more off. So he's down to 4 wounds, but he will regain 1 since he's got the Infernal Regeneration, and my Hellrite will heal him, so hopefully he can live a little bit longer. Besides that, oh, the croissants. spaceship zoomed all the way over here, fired into the warp talons and into the Hellbrute. Did nothing to the talons, but the Hellbrute is down to 3 wounds. And I think that pretty much sums it up. So at the end of turn 1, it is 2-2. Alright, so these are my 3 objectives. I did use 2 command points to put Kingslayer at the bottom of my objective deck. So all new cards for me. Defend objective 3. That will be right here. It's doable, but again, I'm in combat with the Tomb Blades, and he's got a lot of firepower right there. So I don't know if I could hold it for both my turn and his. Defend objective 1. Once again, that's in the middle of his huge blob of Necrons, so I'm probably not going to be able to get that. And then I rolled objective critical mission, which basically means roll a die, and whatever I get, I have to defend it. I got a 6, and luckily, that's 6. So easily my Warp Talons can get that. So I've got a, for sure, 1 more point this turn, but let's see how the turn actually goes. On to turn 2 for Chaos. End of turn 2, and a lot happened, but at the same time, not a lot happened, if that makes sense. So in here, the Hellforged Leviathan Dreadnought and the Hellrite Dark Abiant all charged in, and I completely whiffed. Nothing hit from my Abiant. I only did 1 wound, which he saved, but at least this guy killed 1 guy. I should have easily beat them down, but whatever. We're all stuck in. Over here, the Helldrake that was right there flew behind, fired, and charged, only doing 1 wound. These guys came from the warp, and they missed their charge. That's why they're never in combat, because they always miss their charge. Demon Prince of Khorne with wings came in and is eating the booty of this croissant. Yeah, his eating booty skills were not good because he only did 2 wounds. This guy got hit by one of the last cannons from the Hellbrute. So Hellbrute's probably going to be dead, but at least I did 3 damage on him. These guys just moved on to the objective to give me 1 point because I do have that one. These guys came in from the warp. Again, they missed their charge over into the Tomb Blades. Tomb Blades and the Berserkers. Not a lot going on. I killed 2, he killed 2. So again, Berserkers are doing really bad. They should be doing more than that. And that's pretty much it. On to, I guess at the end of it, it is 3-2 for the Chaos. Bottom of turn 2 for Necrons. Alright, so these are the objectives for this guy. He only drew 1, which was overwhelming firepower. Basically, he's just got to kill things in the shooting phase. And he's got to kill somebody that is not locked in combat, which is pretty hard, because almost every unit is currently locked in combat. So let's see how well the Necrons do on their turn. End of turn 2 for the Necrons. So he needed to shoot things, and shoot things did he. Basically, the Tomb Blades that were over there, they have fly, so they can just get out of combat all willy-nilly. They did just that, and his Immortals shot the remaining 4 Berserkers to death. So goodbye, Berserkers. That was 1 right there. So he got a, for sure, 1 point. Over here were my Khorne Berserkers. Deep struck and couldn't get into combat. They were shot up by the Tomb Blades, so that was 2 units killed by shooting. The Croissants that were being attacked by this guy, again, they got the fly keyword, so they just moved over here, and together they pretty much just annihilated the Warp Talons that were sitting on that. So again, 3. And that was enough to make him roll D3 victory points. So he rolled it, he only got a 2, so thankfully that just gave him 1 point. However, in combat right here, he used some stratagem shenanigans and he got reanimation protocols, bringing back 2 more wraiths. With the onslaught of attacks, they took down my Hellrite, giving him Warlord kill. Over here, his Wraith charged my Helldrake, bringing him down to 5 wounds. However, I'm pretty sure these guys can get into combat, so I'm not too worried there. And I think that's pretty much all that happened. However, he does get another point for taking Objective 5. So that is currently 5 for the Necrons to 3 for Chaos. And boy, did he take the lead, because I rolled horrible. All 1s and 2s, literally. That's why freaking 3 units were just wiped out. All 1s and 2s. I hate my rolling. So the objective that I got was behind enemy lines. If I have 1 unit completely in his deployment zone, I get 1 point. If I have at least 3, I get D3. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to get to D3, but my Helldrake can just fly on over there, giving me 1 point. So I'm still going to be trailing by 1, but we'll see what happens at top of turn 3. So that is the end of turn 3 for Chaos. So over here, I flew away with my Helldrake. The Bloodletters attacked, killing 3. Yeah, because 1 was weakened.
Killing 3.
Yeah, and then wounding 1 guy. So not bad, but they got to get into close combat. I keep missing my charges. Over here, I think it was pretty much like we hit each other. We did like 1 wound, and not much happened. So over here, the Leviathan killed 1, and I think the Mauler Fiend wounded 1, but 1 flat out died, and 1's got 1 wound left. Over here, I keep chasing the Croissants. I brought him down to 3 wounds, still couldn't kill him, and he couldn't do anything back to me. And over here, again, I just moved the Helldrake over there. Hopefully, I tried to do some wounds on his Warlord since he's sitting right there, but I didn't want to go into close combat with him, risking him killing me and denying me at least 1 point. So either I could go balls to the wall and try to beat him in close combat to get Linebreaker and Warlord kill, but again, I wanted to play it safe since I'm already behind, so I just got the 1 point for behind enemy lines. So for the objectives, he got Secure Objective 6, which he's had for a while. Reclaim and Recapture. So basically you roll a d6, and if it's an even number, you gotta score all even objectives. If it's an odd, you gotta get all odds. He rolled a 4, so he's gotta get 2, 4, and 6. And there's 1 right by those trees on that rock. There's 1 up on that tower, and then there's 1 by that tower. Most likely he can't get all 3 of those, so lucky for Chaos. And finally, Critical Mission Objective, but the other way around. Mission Critical Objective. He rolled a 6, so he's got to get 6, and 6 is by that big canister over there. So most likely he'll get that, giving him 1 point, putting him to 6. So most likely it'll be 6 to 4 for Necrons by the end of the turn. But again, let's see what happens. End of turn 3, and that's the end of the game. So let's see what happened. The Wraiths that were in here, they could just move because they're Wraiths. So they got 4. If we remember correctly, he needed all evens to get D3 victory points. So that's 1. When they moved out, these warriors fired and killed half of my Bloodletters. Over here, his Wraiths moved away, and the Immortals, this Croissant, and I think those Tomb Blades all fired and killed my Mauler Fiend. And then his Wraiths assaulted. No wounds on me, but at the same time, I could not kill him because that 3-up invuln save is insane. So that's pretty much just a stalemate once again, minus the Mauler Fiend dying. Over here, he shot at my Helldrake, didn't do anything, charged it, killed it, did not explode, so his Warlord, Imhotep the Stormlord, killed my Helldrake. Keeping on moving, he used the cloak or the mantle of shadows, Veil of Darkness, to basically deep strike over here, And if we look closely, that is objective number 6. So he's got 2 out of the 3 even numbers objectives. And the Toon Blades that were over here have the fly keyword. So they could fly right up. And oh look, it's objective number whatever, even. So right there he got D3 victory points for scoring 2, 4, and 6. And on top of that, he also scored 6, which was another card. So right there, he went from 5 to 6, and then for his D3, he rolled and he got a 5. So we went from 6 points to 9 points. So that puts the Necrons at 9 points, and that puts me to 4. No matter what I do, I don't think I could score 5 points with a Hellforged Dreadnought locked in combat and 7 bloodletters on the field. So with that, that is good game. Necrons have won and Chaos has lost again.